Magic Inclined. And Magic Inclined is really about bringing oneself to the most inner parts of us so that we can live in a fuller state. And you know, I was thinking about it yesterday, and that whole explanation of meditation and what it means for people and the different types of it. The best way I can describe the work that I do is, let's say mindfulness is for us to be able to be in the present moment, but being in the present moment meaning to be able to take in what the world gives us. That's what mindfulness is really for, is to be able to take in our environment and be ourselves while we're taking it in. The type of meditation that I do is called creative visualization, and it's kind of like the opposite of that. It's about going so deep inward that whatever is happening in the outer layers don't affect you as much. So it's about igniting the most imaginative, creative part of oneself, that spirit that you once and still are, that magic that brought you here and carries you from lifetime to lifetime and whatnot. So it's about waking that part of yourself up. And that was the type of meditation. It's okay if it doesn't work. I can just guide it too. Oh, it is. That's the type of meditation I grew up with, and I'm really honored to share it too. I had the privilege of being able to grow up in the only Hindu temple in Tehran, which was a very strange experience during the early 80s, during the whole revolution and whatnot. My father was a pujari. We got to travel to all these different temples throughout India and whatnot. So a lot of what I teach are little tiny pieces that I picked up throughout my life and my childhood. Once we moved here, everything kind of halted. It wasn't as easy to be that weirdo self, really, because there's a little more of a uniform when you're part of a society and community, and it's nice to have that as well. So most of my work is about figuring out how to be that weirdo self from that original spirit in a modern day society. How do we do that? Well, let's ignite our imagination. Let's find out who we truly are deep within and kind of shed some of the layers that we've built to protect that magic within us. So the breath work today that we're going to do is going to be to kind of shed some of the layers or bring them to light and embrace them, to bring them in and acknowledge them as a part of ourselves. But also to make that light shine deeper so that the magic gets brighter and brighter and brighter. So without further ado, let's let the plants, and the plant singing. Very important part. So I'm using this device called Music of the Plants, and this device is amazing. So you connect one of the receptors, one of the readers to the root and the other receptor to leaf. And what it does is it takes note of the frequency that the plant is emanating in. I'm like, what's the E word that I'm looking for? And it turns that into different notations. Now I can program the notations that it plays. So it's pretty much just picking up the beats that the plant is vibrating in a way, And I can turn that into notations. The notes fluctuate within the plant itself, but I pick the key that it plays in and the scale that it will play in. So the plant is choosing the frequency it plays and the arpeggios and what's the word for it? I was going to say DiMaggio. I can't remember the word, okay? It's a musical term. But it's really lovely. And I realized meditating with plants in this way has really helped me personally, because plants are the most magical creatures around us, just like animals and us, right? But they're always in their natural state, and you don't have to shed their layers. They're always showing all their layers. They're showing everything they've been through their bark and through their foliage and whatnot. So that's why I use them. Well, let's fall into that state together. Let's connect to this plant. And I wish I knew the type of tree we were playing with today. What type of tree is this? It's lovely. Well, I'll find out and we'll share with you later. Let's take a seat. And the breath is one of the most sacred sacred elements of our being. The breath, they say, always brings in new life. And as we breathe out, we let that life go. So there's this like middle ground with the breath, and we can be in our neutral state. And we'll practice that a little bit together in the beginning. So everybody have a seat. It helps if you close your eyes because you can actually drop in. And as you're sitting, dig your tailbone into your seat a little bit so that your spine straightens out and the back of your head is pulled up towards the sky. This should release a lot of tension. It also really helps if your feet are flat on the ground. And you can put your hands on your legs, on your side. Just make sure they're uncrossed. We're going to take one deep inhale together. Take a deep inhale, breathe in through your nose, follow that air, travel all the way up to your diaphragm, and feel your diaphragm expanding out like a balloon. And I want you to make it expand as far as you can. So take in as much breath as you possibly can, and expand it, and expand it, and expand it. And once you reach that fullness, hold on and kind of feel what it feels like to have this amount of abundance within you, this abundance of air, this breath, this life, the reason for our being. And I want you to slowly let that air go through your mouth like you're deflating a balloon. Slowly, as slow as you possibly can. Like you're deflating a balloon very slowly. And once you get to the end of that and your balloon, your inner balloon is totally deflated, hold it right there and notice what it feels like to be completely empty of your breath and how your body aches and yearns for it and just calls out for more of it. It starts getting to this desperate point. And I want you to just be a viewer of that feeling right now. Don't give in. All right, and now slowly inhale through your nostrils again. And this time follow your breath fully. Notice how when it enters your nostrils, it's a little bit cooler. It goes all the way down, filling up your diaphragm again, filling it up, filling it up, filling it up, filling it up, until you're completely full of this abundance of air. And I want you to do the same thing. We'll do that a few times together. You fill up your diaphragm with as much air as you possibly can, and hold it. And slowly exhale through your mouth as if you're deflating a balloon. And hold it when you're completely empty. And inhale through your nostrils, feeling the air travel all the way down to your diaphragm, filling yourself up. And notice how if you slowly fill yourself up, it gets a lot easier to fill yourself up and hold it for longer. When we do it quickly, there's an underlying desperation that our body experiences where it just needs it. Fill up your diaphragm and hold it. And again, let's observe what our body does when we hold our breath and we're full of abundance. And slowly deflate that inner balloon and diaphragm through your mouth. As if you're deflating a balloon. Let it go, let it go. And this time notice how it's kind of like a string, your breath, and it's pulling out all the gunk that's been sitting around for a while. Kind of just cleaning out the energy sitting within you. And hold it. Feel how much lighter you feel this time around after the energy has gone. And bring your breath back to its natural state. And feel your body catching up. You probably feel a little bit lighter. Maybe your head feels a little bit clearer. Checking back with your body before we go on a deeper journey. Make sure your tailbone is planted into your seat and your spine is straight and the back of your head is being pulled up towards the sky. Maybe move your neck left and right so that it doesn't nag you later. And this time we're going to take our breath on a journey within. And this time when you breathe, I want you to do the same thing. Follow your breath. Follow your breath. Follow it entering your nostrils, cold, traveling down your diaphragm, going all the way down, 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 down into your tailbone. And this time I want you to keep your breath there. You can inhale and exhale, but every time you inhale or exhale, bring your breath all the way down to your tailbone. And hold it there for a second, and then slowly release it back up. And as you bring your breath down, notice where it kind of stops a little bit before you have to push it down further. Take note of that. You don't have to do anything. And then as you let your breath out, notice where it stops a little. And again, just notice that. You don't have to do anything about it. I just want you to be aware of it. Inhale, bring it all the way down to your tailbone. Hold it there. Now this time when you're holding it there, I want you to become aware of what pops up in your head, whether it's an idea, a sentence, a feeling. What is popping up when you're holding your breath there? And I want you to breathe out and kind of analyze this thought as your breath exits. Notice how it feels outside of your body, this idea or whatever popped up, and bring it back in and all the way back down. Let it travel all the way down. See where it stops again, but push it down to your root. Now ask it, what are you trying to tell me? If nothing comes up, that's okay. You could just sit with the feeling of it. Just sit with the feeling of what that root area feels like in general. You could even ask it, how can I get past this? You can ask it anything that's coming up to you. This is your inner feeling, and it's for you to explore. You can keep breathing as you're doing this, as you're thinking about this thought that popped up. Now I want you to hold it there in your base where you found it. And as you're holding it there, I want you to thank it for being there. And thank it for what it's brought to your life. Thank it for the person you've become because of it. Thank it for all of the things you didn't realize that it gave you. And as you're thanking it, you can decide if you want to keep it with you or not. So this is where you can let go of it or say, thank you for being here. I'll hold on to you for a little bit longer. Or you can breathe it out all the way through your mouth and just imagine it dissipating into the ethers. Take a couple deep breaths back to that exact space where you found this thought. Bring it all the way down, hold it there. Make sure any idea surrounding this, if you're not keeping it, connects to this breath. And if you are keeping it, make sure this breath is like love emanating onto this thought. And exhale out. Inhale, do the same. Bring love to this thought. And exhale out. Thank you for bringing me to the place I am today. Thank you for everything you've taught me on this journey. I'm going to take a few more inhales. So take another inhale. And this time follow it all the way down your spine. Feel it go through the center of your body. And feel it stop just like a little bit below your belly button. And collect the air there. Feel all the air collecting in that little space under your belly button. And then slowly exhale all the air out. Inhale, follow your breath all the way down to the space right below your belly button. Expand, hold it, expand, and slowly breathe it out. And notice this time as you breathe in, the air, the ethers kind of turn into a water, and they're traveling all the way down below your belly button, filling that space with water with each inhale. You exhale, then you inhale and bring in more water. This is the most creative space you have within you. This is where your pool of ideas can arise from. And as you're breathing into this space and bringing in more water, ask it to show you what you need to be shown right now. What do you need to see? What do you need to experience in this moment? If you get an idea, general feeling, hold on to that as we do the rest of the breathing exercise here. Inhale, bring in water, expand, exhale. Inhale. This time, ask it how it's helped your life. Ask that thought that popped up. How have you helped me so far? Let it show you. How can I tap into more creativity, more abundance, more magic in a sense? And usually the first thought that you get, that first little glimpse, that first little idea is the communication with this space. Everything after that, questioning it, is our mind looping ideas that we're used to. But that first little glimpse, I want you to zoom into that as far as you can. And ask it how you can bring it into your life more and more every day. How can I bring this type of creativity into my life? And as you're still breathing, it's happening in the background. The air is flowing to this space, expanding, bringing in more water. You're exhaling. Just let the ideas roll in this moment. Let them roll and be what they are. And if they're going to a wild space, you can let them do that too. See where your imagination will take you, how far you can go with it right now, and what this abundance, this pool of creativity that already lives within you is going to bring you in this moment. And I want you to send love and gratitude with your next inhale through your nose. Bring in all the love. Muster in as much love as you possibly can, as much gratitude for this space, and bring it into this pool, and let the pool be overwhelmed by the amount of gratitude and love that you've brought it. Just feel the immense amount of love. And in exchange, it's giving you the creativity. So slowly we'll start breathing out the water and putting it out into the ether. So with each inhale, feel as if you're bringing in the bucket and picking up that water and bringing the bucket back up with your exhale and letting it go into the ethers. Your creativity is all around now. And everywhere you look, you will be inspired. You'll have a glimpse of that magic and inspiration. Inhale, bucket down, bring in the water and spread it out all around you. Inhale, bucket of water, bring it out, spread it out all around you. Now just bring in some cleansing breaths. Inhale, bring in the breath, expand, exhale, breathe it out. Inhale, expand, let it out, breathe it out. Take a deep breath inside. Bring your attention to the center of your body. This is where your courage comes from. If you've been afraid to follow a path, to do something that you only dream of, and you hold it, this is the space you're holding it in. So we're going to slowly release the walls that you've built around this dream, this idea, so that you can bring it into fruition, into life. Let it join the ether of creativity around you. You could take a deep inhale, following your breath all the way down to the center of your body. You can even put your finger there so you can feel where it is, if that feels comfortable to you. You don't have to. I find that it helps me. And as you breathe, I just want you to feel like there's pressure right there, okay? Like something's pushing you in. So take a deep breath into that area. Hold it. Feel the friction between that pressure and your breath, and then exhale. Inhale. Let's do it one more time. Feel that pressure. Hold it. Exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. Feel the pressure. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Feel the pressure. Exhale. And I want you to shake up this pressure we're feeling a little bit. We're going to make our breath a little more aggressive. We're going to bring our breath in, push our diaphragm out with this space in our mind, and push our breath out. Bring your breath in, feel the space in your body, and push your breath out. Bring your breath in, fill up the space, and push your breath out. We're going to do 2 more. Bring your breath in, fill up the space, push your breath out. Bring your breath in, fill in the space, push your breath out. And bring your breath back to its natural state, and kind of feel the ebb and flow that naturally your body likes to reside in and experience. I want you to take note of what comes up right now. It's very important. What's coming up right now, this exact moment? no matter what it is. I want you to take whatever's coming up and bring in another breath of gratitude and love towards it. Let yourself know that this world that you're living in and that you've created for yourself is yours to live in. And these little fears, these little tiny pressure, the wall that's holding you back is only so that you can break it further than you could have imagined. That's the only reason that pressure is there, that little stopping point is there, is so that it gives you the opportunity to go beyond your dreams instead of stay at your dreams. Use that force, that aggressiveness that's within you to push beyond that initial dream that you were even thinking about. It's really tough to grow when we're comfortable, when we're just sitting around and we're daydreaming and, in that space of comfort. It's when we can push beyond the discomfort. It's when we can push beyond the barriers that we create for ourselves that we can actually create that real magic. And this is where you're holding that power, that pressure that's in there that's waiting to be broken. So we'll bring in a couple more deep breaths of love to this space. Hold it there. Gratitude for this pressure, gratitude for this wall that's keeping me from following through with all the things I want to follow through. Because I'm going to break it. And once I break it, I'm going to go beyond my imagination. I'm going to go beyond everything I dreamed of. I'm going to go beyond what I thought was waiting for me. And exhale. Put that in the ethers around you. Imagine it filling all the space around you. This feeling of absolute power and abundance and love. You can't do it without love. Which brings me to our next space. We're going to take a deep inhale and bring our breath to the center of our chest where our heart resides. We're going to expand our breath. Bring in as much ether in as you possibly can right now. And hold it once you're completely full. And slowly exhale. This space is one of the hardest to open up and connect with for many. And life always brings challenges so that you have to relearn how to connect with this space. It's the bridge between our world and the other world. It's the bridge between our material body and our spirit. And sometimes we need that rebalancing, right? We always have to remind ourselves that we are both. We are both a spirit and we're a body. And living in that center is like what a lot of these ancient scriptures are teaching us, is we have to learn how to be in this body fully, but bring in the wisdom of our spirit. It's that middle space that will create that magic. So when you breathe into this space, I want you to imagine it as like two doors, like two French doors, okay, that you're going to open up. You're going to take an inhale in, and as you're filling up the space, imagine the doors slightly opening up. And when you exhale, the doors close up and the body leaves. The air leaves your body. Inhale, French doors opening up. Closing back up, and the exhale, your breath leaves. And as you're doing this, I want the door to open up just a little more than it did last time. And it feels a little uncomfortable for some because this is our most guarded space. We're all such sensitive beings, and it's the most beautiful thing to be a sensitive being, but it's a harsh world to live in. So we start building these barriers centers around the most vulnerable part of us, which is our heart. As we close these little as we put up these little barriers, though, we close up that communication between the body and the spirit. And it's really important to remember that co-creation exists in that way. So as we're taking our deep inhales, feel that French door opening up. As you exhale, close it back up. Notice the feelings it brings. If it's uncomfortable, it feels beautiful, whatever it is for you. We're all different. Feel it as you open up and as you close up. And close it up. And open it and close it. This time we're going to try something different, and as we inhale, we're just going to leave it open for a little bit longer. Just leave it open. Hold your breath. And as you're holding your breath, kind of settle in to that uncomfort of holding your breath and your heart being open. Settle into it. It's a little uncomfortable, but it kind of also feels nice. And exhale. Inhale, let's try it again. Open the door all the way, leave it open, settle into that uncomfort. This time kind of dip into the pool of love that resides there as well. Just feel the amount of love you hold within you. How long have you been holding that? Do you let all of it go usually? Notice where you're at here. Do you have a lot within you, or do you feel depleted right here? You're giving too much. Are you not giving anything at all? Are you just giving a little bit? All of it is totally okay. Just good to notice where you're at here. Bring your breath back to its natural state. Kind of feel that energy center. Maybe put your left hand, your left palm right on your heart. Feel your body connecting with that spirit right there. That's where it usually lives. When we're heartbroken, it leaves, but we can always call it back in by putting our hand right in our heart center. And tell your body, as the spirit you are, I love you. You're doing great. And you are perfect in this moment. You don't need anything to continue going. You don't need anything outside of what we have here. I'm so proud of you, and I'm honored to journey with you. As you exhale, thank your spirit, thank your body for making it here. Now we're going to move up. We're going to take a deep breath into just the center of our throat. Feel what it feels like. For some, it may feel a little tight in this area under your jaw. It might feel very loose. If you're a singer, it's probably very loose, and it's very easy to breathe in and out of this area. But if you hold yourself back, hold your words back, afraid to speak up, afraid to share your ideas, you might be feeling a little tight here. So breathe in, meet yourself at this center, and exhale. Feel the release. And for this exercise, I want you to just keep your breath natural and the way you would breathe. But I want you to just put your focus on your throat in this area. When was the first time you were told that your voice didn't matter? And what did you do about it? Did you go inward or did you push back? And as you inhale, feel your throat kind of like loosening up a little bit, like the muscles releasing the tension. And notice if that feels comfortable or uncomfortable for you. When you release the tension there, does it make you feel vulnerable? Does it make you feel like you want to tighten back up? Ask yourself, what was the second time somebody didn't want to hear you? Your voice didn't matter. And what did you do about that? Did you hold tension in, or did you release it? And it's okay. Whatever answer you're giving is okay. We're bringing it to our awareness so we can decide if we want to change this or not. Ultimately, the decision is yours. And some of these blockages, especially with your throat, are really difficult to get past. But it's possible. And that glimmer of hope is there. The throat chakra, our throat energy center, is directly connected to the element of ether. And ether is what brings your dreams into reality. Ether is where we get our ideas from. There's so many magical ideas flowing all around us, and once we connect to these ideas, once we open up the passageway with our words that we're telling ourselves, our life will literally change. So what are you telling yourself? What loops have been coming back throughout your life? So just to open up this center so you can feel what it feels like to have it open. I'm going to have us just do a little verbal exercise. We'll take a deep inhale in. When we let out our breath, we'll make a little sound. We'll say, ah. All right. I know we're sitting out in a park and it's silly, but that's all it takes. All right, let's take a deep breath within. Open up and another one. Another one. And every time you do it, your voice opens up more and more. At least mine does. Last one. Now with this next round of inhales, bring in all the gratitude and love to this energy center. Thank the lessons that have brought you to this point of realization. With each exhale, let go of what you don't want to keep in your body. Let that energy go. With each inhale, bring in new energy and fill that space. Let go of what you don't want. Your voice is powerful. Your voice is the expression of you, whether it's actually verbal or if it's through your art, through your writing, whatever it may be. This is where that energy comes from. Now bring your attention to the little space between your eyebrows, your intuition, your third eye, the magical kaleidoscope that lets you see the other world. So we're going to awaken this area quite physically, actually, because this area is just connected so much to the outer world and the unseen world that we need to bring some physical element to it so that it can be viewed. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our right hand and the middle finger in our right hand. We're going to take a deep breath in while we press our thumb and middle finger together. And exhale. And now you're going to take that middle finger, just going to tap right in between your eyebrows. We're going to take an inhale. Wake up, space. Exhale. Keep tapping as you're inhaling and exhaling. Deep inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. Now you can bring your hand down and your breath back to its natural state. And we're going to visit this area now that we've woken it up. I want you to imagine, and if you don't imagine, if you just have a feeling or a thought, that's perfectly fine too. You don't have to see the full scope of it. You can create it with words and ideas and feelings. But imagine this space. Take note of this space right in between your eyebrows. Okay? And I want you to take 2 steps backwards energetically. So start off right in between your eyebrows and take 2 steps back. Feel what that space feels like. And kind of look around. If you're a visual person, you might be visualizing a little living room, maybe a space. This space can be whatever you want it. If you're a person who feels things, maybe it brings you to a familiar feeling that you're aware of. If you have general thoughts, these ideas come to you in thoughts, maybe a thought of something that reminds you of this space is coming up. Just kind of just keep that feeling and visual in mind. Notice what thoughts, ideas, feelings, visuals are sitting there. And I want you to rearrange them the way that you prefer it to be. So sometimes this area can get so cluttered. It can get so cluttered with over information, especially in the society we live in right now. So much information coming at us at hyper speeds that we kind of need to check back into this space and clean out what we don't want to keep with us. So see what's floating around. Are there loops of thoughts that are floating around here? If you're imagining the little living space, are the pictures all aligned? Is it dusty? Are there cobwebs? Whatever might come up for you, just check in with that and rearrange it the way you like it. And remember to keep your breath going in and out of this space as you're breathing and you're rearranging. Kind of tidy up a little bit. And as you tidy it up, sit around, see what it feels like now after you've woken it up. Ask this space to guide you and show you discernment as you move through life. See the truth for what it is. Ask it to open up the path to your highest purpose, which may be many. Who knows how many purposes we have in this life? But the one that you've chosen right now, ask it to open the path towards that purpose so that you can walk it easily. Take a deep inhale, press your middle finger and your thumb on your right hand together again. Press, press, press. And exhale, release it all. Release your thumb and your hand and step forward out of that space. And like a stairway, climb up all the way to the top of your head and bring your attention right there. This is the space where we connect to the universe that we are, the nature we are a part of, the earth that we're a part of. This time as you inhale, I want you to feel the top of your head opening up a little bit. Open it up, open it up, open it up. Notice what that feels like. As you've opened up the top of your head like this, so exposed to the universe, imagine kind of like a funnel expanding out of the top of your head and traveling all the way up to the stars and the planets. And imagine this energy that just floats around you and the universe and Milky Way and other galaxies and whatnot as this like luminescent white light. Notice how beautiful it is and how perfect it is and how you are a part of it. You are not outside of this energy. We just have to remind ourselves how much a part of this energy we are. We are not disconnected from it. And ask that energy to come down the funnel and travel all the way down, down to the top of your head and fill you up. Feel it, literally filling up your head, filling up your shoulders and then your arms and your torso and your legs and your feet. Imagine it filling you up so much that it's oozing out of your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, your fingers, and your toes. It's shooting out of your body. You're so full of it. It doesn't feel heavy though. It feels light. It feels like you, your full self. Fill yourself up as much as you can, because there's never too much of this energy. And as you're fuller and fuller of it, imagine the funnel disappearing, traveling away, and the top of your head closing up. Feel this energy just going all the way down your spine and all the energy centers that you visited today, right in between your eyebrows, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root. And then it just turns around and goes right back up, traveling up to your sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, washes over your face, travels back down, kind of going in a circular motion of up and down, cleaning out your energy centers and bringing you back in alignment with your true self. And the funny thing is that you've always been in alignment. It's nothing outside of you. It's nothing that you have to achieve or grasp. It's just a part of who you are. You just have to remind yourself of that. And how powerful you freaking are, and how magical you are, and how you have everything within you right now to move forward and make every one of your dreams come true. This is just a small, tiny pebble in the journey of the realization of you and your true self and your dreams and your magic. It's just a little tiny remembrance. I want you to thank yourself for being here today. Take a deep breath in. Bring in all the love and gratitude that's sitting right in your heart, as you know. Thank yourself. Thank you, body. Thank you, energy, for bringing me here today. I'm so honored. Exhale, that energy and love all around you and outside of you. So people and buildings around you can feel it. There's an alien somewhere on some planet feeling it right now. Like, wow, Earth is putting out so much love right now. Crazy. Take another deep breath within, and with your exhale, you can start fluttering your eyes open. Thank you for being here today. Take your time. The plant will sing for a few minutes so you can slowly come back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me. How was it?
It was awesome. Marissa, for inspiring the program, for education. You all are going to have a better day as a result of being here.
Do you want the microphone?
Oh, I think everybody could hear me.
Okay.
Probably. I hope.
No.
Very much.
Thank you for having me. It was such an honor. Thank you.
Really enjoyed.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. A few hiccups with the sound, but it was beautiful.
the
I was
sound-
crying. Your energy is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, thanks for being a